What would you do if God asked you to love someone who would betray you? Not once, not twice, but over and over again. This is the story of Hosea, a man who married a woman who broke his heart, because God wanted to show us something we desperately need to understand. Long ago, in the land of Israel, people had forgotten about God. They had everything they wanted: food, homes, even success. But they worshiped false gods instead of the one who had given them everything. God's heart was broken. He loved his people deeply, but they kept turning away. So God chose a man named Hosea, a prophet, someone who spoke God's words to the people. One day, God spoke to Hosea in a way that must have shocked him. Hosea, I want you to marry a woman named Gomer. She will not be faithful to you just as Israel has not been faithful to me. But through your marriage, my people will see what my love is really like. Hosea listened. He didn't argue. He trusted that God had a plan, even if it hurt. Have you ever had to trust God with something that didn't make sense? Keep that feeling in mind as we continue. So Hosea married Gomer. At first, their life together seemed happy. They had children, and Hosea provided a loving home. But soon, just as God said, Gomer began to drift away. She left Hosea to chase after other men who promised her gifts and wealth, but didn't truly love her. And Hosea's heart broke again and again. Still, even when she left, Hosea couldn't stop caring. He remembered how God had said, "My love for Israel is like a husband's love for his wife, faithful, forgiving, and full of mercy." Days turned into weeks, and Gomer was gone. Hosea raised their children alone, wondering if she'd ever return. People in town whispered. Some said, "Why doesn't he just forget her?" Others said, "She's not worth it." But Hosea remembered God's words. Then one day, God spoke again. "Hosea, go. Find Gomer. Bring her home. Love her again, just as I love my people." Imagine Hosea's feelings in that moment. He had every reason to be angry, to give up, but instead he obeyed. So Hosea went searching through the crowded streets, the markets, the dark alleys, until he found her. Gomer was no longer the woman he once knew. She had been used, abandoned, and sold as a slave. Her eyes were filled with shame. And right there, in front of everyone, Hosea did something no one expected. He stepped forward and said, "I will buy her back." He paid the price and freed her. Then gently, he said to her, "You will live with me again. You will no longer chase after others. I will be your husband, and you will be my wife." What a moment that must have been. Love in its purest form. Not because she deserved it, but because Hosea chose it. Because God's love never gives up. When was the last time you felt far from God? What would it mean to know He's still searching for you? Through Hosea's story, God gave His people a message that would last for generations. He said, "You are not my people, but I will call you my people again. I will show love to those who did not deserve love. Hosea's story wasn't just about a husband and wife. It was a mirror showing us how God feels about us. Even when we wander, when we chase after things that can't satisfy, God doesn't stop loving us. He comes looking for us. He pays the price to bring us home. Just like Hosea bought Gomer back, Jesus would one day pay the ultimate price, not with silver or gold, but with his own life to rescue us from sin. So when you feel far from God, remember this story. Remember Hosea. Remember Gomer. And most of all, remember that God's love never quits. He doesn't wait for you to be perfect. He doesn't give up when you fail. He calls you back again and again with arms wide open, because his love is stronger than our mistakes. It's faithful, it's patient, it's forever. So no matter where you are or what you've done, God says, come home. My love will never let you go.
If this story touched your heart today, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. And if you want to see more Bible stories come to life, subscribe so you don't miss the next one.